But what's Vinny doing different when you got a game winner on the line?
Yeah.
What's he going through?
Great question. So that's what I learned about Adam Vinatieri, by the way.
Right.
What I learned about Adam Vinatieri is why Adam was Adam Vinatieri, why he was the greatest of all time. Because whenever it's just first quarter kick, second quarter kick, third quarter kick, practice kick, Vinatieri has the mindset that every kick matters, right? Every kick's a game winner. That's kind of what I learned from him that I didn't take in college. I didn't have that mindset that every kick was a game winner. In practice, I'd show up hungover. I was stupid. I didn't focus on the fine details. For Vinatieri, every kick was a game winner. Then we got to a game winner. And I watched this man become this ice-cold killer, basically. Every time we jog on the field, Vinatieri, super intense person. He's very focused. I would try to keep it light, almost like I'm his caddy, like I'm Bones or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm just his caddy, you know, like, hey, let's go ahead, nice easy swing here, old man. Let's aim for that fat guy that's drunk there about 13 rows up, and let's go ahead and knock this through. And he'd go, you got it. And I'd even say before the kick, like, you ready, old man? He'd go, yep. And we'd have this, like, a nice casual conversation, but you could always tell he was dialed in. I just try to keep it light. The first time I jogged out for a game winner with Adam Vinatieri was a magical moment for me to remember, oh, this is why this guy is this guy. I assume Michael Jordan has the same type of thing. I assume the legendary finisher Tom Brady probably has this mindset. That's why you see those fourth quarter drives. They probably become different humans. When we're jogging on the field, when I normally just keep it light, you know, even whenever I punt big situations, I like to be light. Like, I like to, you know, I like to feel good. Nothing's too big. If you make yourself in a situation in practice, you feel like you're there. We're jogging on the field. I'm like, all right, old man. Hey, you put this through. I'm going to celebrate real hard. Like, this is for a game winner. And Vinatieri is not saying nothing, okay? And I, like, look at him. I thought he didn't hear me. It was a little loud. I'm like, hey, I'd like to celebrate tonight, so let's go ahead and knock this through. And he's, like, not saying anything. He's not even looking at me, right? He's just walking on the field. I'm like, all right, I guess he can't hear me. So we go sit down, and I'm like, we have a brief conversation. I'm like, I think we just go right down the middle, man. There's not much wind or anything. And he says nothing. I'm like, all right, I'll go to hell.
Normally, would he say something?
Yes. He'd be like, I agree, buddy. He'd be like, sounds good. And then I'd even say, like, hey, I think we're going a foot inside the right up right here because we got a nice hard right to left wind.
Yeah.
There's like a full conversation, right? And he'd be like, okay, you got it. There's a full give and take there. We're a team. You know, we're literally a team out there. And I took that very seriously, that I could, you know, maybe help the GOAT be the GOAT just a little bit more, because I was a former kicker, so I could have been there, done that. Not that I was anywhere near as good as him, but I think he appreciated my mindset coming from a guy who kicked before. Like, hey, if I were you here, I would go right center and just let that thing draw in, you know? And he's like, all right, got it. And that's what we did. So for that game winner, I'm jogging out there, cracking jokes, nothing. He's just literally just marching on the field. Then I get down there, I'm like, I think we're just going right down the middle, bub. You're hitting the ball clean today. Nothing. And I'm like, all right, here we go. And then we get lined up. I count everybody on the line. I'm like, yeah, we're good. Look at the play clock. We get nothing but time. All right. I'm like, you ready, old man? And he says nothing. I'm like, you ready, old man? And I look back, and I'm just looking at the eyes of a stone-cold killer. Just eyes are just straight locked in. I'm like, oh, well, damn, here we go. Sit, bang. He kicks it, and it beautiful ball, obviously. I mean, it goes right down the center, and then he does this fist pump thing. And at that point, I was like, you know, like I gave him like a headbutt or whatever, hadn't braked. And then as we're jogging off the field, I'm like, oh, you become a different guy. Whatever. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh, I got to go kick off, but we're going to talk about what just happened there. And I come to the sideline, I tell him that whole story. And I think they even caught him on camera, like, laughing or something. They're like, yeah, you should be happy for that game winner. He was laughing because I was telling him, like, yo, you become a serial killer, whatever you And I learned at that moment, that exact moment, I'm like, okay, so that is why Adam Vinatieri is Adam Vinatieri. He has this switch that he was able to – look at that. The picture that is being shown right now is probably after a massive game-winning kick. Look at his face. Look at me. His eyes. I am so confused on why he isn't just giving me a little bit of love.
You literally are his caddy.
Yes.
And he's Tiger Woods.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. As a holder, that's exactly what you are. You can make a kick for somebody. You can miss a kick for somebody. I talked about it yesterday. I missed a kick for Vinatieri in Cincinnati. I apologized to him publicly and personally, just like this Kirk Cousins situation with Adam Thielen. Mm-hmm. But the holder is the caddy. That is 100% it. Never gets talked about.
No.
Everything's happening in 1.25 seconds from snap to kick, so everything's happening very fast. And you have an opportunity there to either make a kick or miss a kick for somebody. And my job is just to make it as easy as possible so the greatest of all time can step up and do his thing. But I learned quickly that day. I was like, oh. So then, like, the next one we had to go out there was like a game tire or something like that. I didn't even attempt to talk to the guy. Didn't even attempt to talk to him. I was like, all right, we're not friends anymore for like the next 45 seconds, I guess. I'll just shut up and not get in your way here. Because to be honest, I was probably distracting him on that first one. I'm happy he made it. Because if he misses that, McAfee's cracking jokes the whole damn time. Thinks this is some game. This ain't a game, man.
Didn't he used to tell you that he'd like black out too, and not just like not remember like what you were saying to him, or even that you were talking to him?
Yeah, he tells me whenever I told this story for the first time on a show or whatever, and he told me. Like, when he laughed, he heard about it. He was like, I don't recall that at all. And I was like, oh, it's even worse. Like, you don't even remember. But that is why the GOATs are the GOAT. That is why Tom Brady turns into that legendary savage finisher at the end of a game. That is why Michael Jordan gets the ball in his hands. That is why Adam Vinatieri is the guy you want kicking the final second field goal. That is why these people are just different animals. I'd assume there's special forces that are like this. I assume there's different individuals in different
Professions?
There it is. Professions that are like this. But Adam Vinatieri is the guy that has it.